Hello everyone, it's Quoia Renae, and I have been gone for a minute, y'all, and I apologize sincerely about that, but I have been out for about, I think about 3 weeks now, maybe a month, and it's because I actually had COVID. As you can tell by the title, I'm just going to jump right into the video. I'm not going to hold y'all long. I'm going to start with how I got it, how I actually contracted the virus. So it started with me calling out of work one day. I went back to work the next day, and my coworker, she's an older lady, she's in her 50s. We were talking or whatever, and she had actually called out the same day I called out as well, but she called out an extra day. And she was actually out really sick. I just called out because I just didn't want to be there. I was sick, I wasn't, no emergency, I just didn't want to be there. When I was talking with her, she was just like her stomach was hurting. She just said her stomach was hurting, but I remember her sounding very hoarse. Her voice was very hoarse, and she didn't sound like herself. And I was just like, well, why are you back at work? And she was just like, when you call out a third day, you have to turn in a doctor's excuse. And she didn't want to turn in a doctor's excuse because she didn't feel like she was sick enough to actually have to go to the doctor. She was just at work. I wasn't really thinking nothing about it. I just thought maybe, okay, she just got the stomach virus. So we're at work and we're talking or whatever, and mind you, we're in close contact because we're working at the same workstation. So I remember her still saying she wasn't feeling well, and another one of my coworkers from another department walks by and says, you probably got corona. I wasn't even thinking that she had corona because I was just thinking like, okay, like I said, I thought she just had the stomach virus, but I couldn't figure out why she was hoarse, why her voice was hoarse, because when you got the stomach virus, your voice don't be hoarse. As we were talking, I was just like, you probably do got corona. So I backed away from her a little bit, and she was just like, y'all don't do me like that, I don't have corona. Not knowing that, I remember throughout the day, my manager ended up moving me to a different work location. Not because she was sick, but because they just always move us around all day throughout the day anyways. So I moved to a different work location, and then I think after my lunch, they tell me Miss So-and-so, the lady that I had been working with, went home early because she wasn't feeling well. The next day of work, she still hasn't shown up. I think it's been about 2 days gone by, and she still hasn't come to work. Mind you, this is a lady that comes to work all the time. She tries her best not to never call out. She liked to come to work. She's been working there for about 10 years, I think. So she liked to come to work. So if she not coming to work, it's for a serious reason. Second day went by, and one of my other coworkers was talking to me, and they was like, Miss So-and-so ain't came to work, but another one of my coworkers gave out her phone number so HR can call her. And I'm like, why is HR trying to contact her? Or why, yeah, I was like, why is HR trying to contact her? But I still wasn't thinking anything of it. So I just went on without my day. I think I got off at 2 o'clock that day. And when I got home, I kid you not, probably like, I would say like an hour later, my job calls me. And I wasn't going to pick up the phone because I'm like, why are they calling me? I never pick up the phone for my job because I'm like, either they want me to come in and get some extra hours, and the answer is no. I don't even like to be in there the hours that I gotta work, so the answer is no. So why are y'all calling me? But something just say pick up, because I'm like, why are y'all calling me as soon as I get off work? Am I in trouble? So I just pick up thinking maybe I'm probably in trouble, but I ain't did nothing to be in trouble. But I just pick up anyways. So I pick up, it's my manager. She's like, Shakoya, I just want to inform you that you've been in contact with someone who tested positive for COVID. So I'm just like stuck, and I'm like, are you serious? And she's like, yes, you have to stay home and quarantine for 14 days. You don't have to necessarily go get tested if you don't want to, but you just come back July 10th. So I'm still just like stuck on the phone, and I'm just like, do I gotta bring any paperwork back, anything like that? She's just like, no, just quarantine for 14 days and you come back July 10th. So I'm just like, okay. And she was just like, enjoy your 14 days off, and just saying it like it's all casual and like it ain't nothing major and I'm just gonna have me a vacation or something. And I'm just like, okay. So I get off the phone with her and I'm just still like shocked. Like, I'm low-key happy because I'm like, dang, I'm finna be off for 14 days. That's a nice little vacation. But then I'm like, oh my god, I've been into contact with somebody with coronavirus. Mind you guys, they recently started making us wear masks at my job. However, I always pull my mask down below my nose because I can't breathe. Like, we do a lot of physical work, so I can't move around a lot with a mask over my face, and it's a cloth mask at that, so it's hard for me to breathe through that kind of mask. I know I need to go get a different mask, but they're requiring us to wear their mask, and their masks are cloth, so it's hard to breathe in that type of mask, so I always pull it below my nose. So I feel like I could have got it that way possibly. Anyway, so I'm just going to continue on with the story. So like I said, after I got off the phone with her, I was thinking about it. It was on my mind because I was scared. I'm like, because the people I stay with, like, what about them? What is going to happen with them? Like, am I going to catch it? And I just kind of stopped thinking about it because it was about, I think it was like June 27th, and my sister's birthday was coming up, 4th of July was coming up, my little niece's birthday was coming up, all these different events was coming up. So I was, like I said, low-key happy that I could actually be off from work, but I was still worried, like, what if I contract this virus? So the first day it was worrying me, but after that I kind of just got over it. I would say July 2nd is when my sister started to have symptoms. She was coughing a lot. She was in her room, and I believe she was feeling weak. I just remember her coughing a lot and being stuck in the bed and being really fatigued. I think that second day she felt a little bit better, but she was still coughing a lot. She was just playing around or whatever. When she started to feel a little bit better, she was playing around, and I was just like, you need to stay 6 feet away. I was joking with her, but I was serious, like, you need to stay 6 feet away from me. But she ended up hugging me, playing. But July 3rd is when I started to have symptoms. I remember starting to have that same cough, but my cough wasn't hard. It wasn't a hard cough, so I wasn't really thinking much of my cough. I just had like a I just had one of those type of coughs, and that was it that first day. But I remember that night being stuck in the bed with feeling really hot. My head was banging and I was really tired. And I remember Davin being very insensitive, y'all. He was so mean to me that night, but he ended up rubbing my back and giving me some, you know, some orange juice or whatever. But he made me so mad that night. Anyways, that's besides the point. But I remember feeling like I had a fever that night. The next day was July 4th. That was the 4th of July, and it was the day of my niece's birthday. And we ended up going to my sister's house and having like a little small party for my sister. And I remember feeling a little bit better, but still feeling weak and bad. Shortly after that, I would say a couple days later, everything just went downhill from there. I began to, and this is TMI, so brace yourself, but I just want to inform you all of my symptoms just in case you come down with these symptoms. You need a quarantine and go get tested. So this is TMI, but I began to have diarrhea. I threw up twice. I was very nauseated. I was really fatigued. Every time taking a deep breath, my chest would be hurting so bad. And even going to the bathroom, I would be out of breath from literally going to the bathroom. Even in my bed sleeping, I would be out of breath just from turning over. I couldn't sleep because I was just tossing and turning, and also because my mom and my sister began to have those same symptoms. My sister, who had previously been sick, she got worse, and my mom begins to feel ill too. And when my mom gets sick, she gets really sick to the point that she's just totally confined to the bed and she can't do nothing. A couple days later, after all of us just feeling really bad, I remember being asleep in the bed and my other sister knocking on my door and my bedroom door and saying they're about to take my sister and my mom to the hospital. And there was 2 ambulances outside our door about to take my mom and my sister to the hospital. And I just remember being so scared and so nervous. 2 ambulances outside of our home. Like, it was super scary. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do. I was just like, oh my God. And I was still feeling bad myself. Other sister that wasn't really sick, she kept asking, do you want to go to the doctor? My mom and my sister was texting me all the time telling me I need to go to the doctor. And I was just like, I don't want to go to the doctor. I don't want to get admitted. And they ended up getting admitted where they had to stay in the hospital. And I just remember, y'all, still feeling so terribly ill and having to deal with my closest loved ones being in the hospital. It made me fall into a depression. It made me so scared and so sad, and it made it worse for me. I feel like it made my symptoms worse because I was nervous about my mom and my sister being in the hospital, because this stuff is taking people out. And I just remember my sister and my mom both saying that it was very hard for them to breathe. They both ended up getting tested and actually testing positive for COVID. I just remember them texting me and me texting them every day trying to see how they were doing. And they still saying some days they feeling a little better and some days they just still feeling like they're breathing. They can't get in control of their breathing. And it was scaring the heck out of me. My mom was scaring the heck out of me because she was texting me saying some stuff that I'm not even gonna go into detail about, because she got on my nerves, y'all, because she just kept saying crazy stuff, basically alluding to the fact that she didn't feel like she was gonna make it. And it scared me, y'all, because my mom is my heart, my best friend, and my everything. So it stressed me out so bad. And my sister got a whole son that she got to take care of and live for. So I was just thinking about that. It was so much on me. And mind you, I'm still dealing with these symptoms at home, feeling fatigued, feeling nauseated, vomiting. And I remember at night and in the mornings is when I would feel the most nauseated. I just hated that feeling. I remember praying and crying and saying, God, I'm just so tired. Please just recover and heal me and my family. I cried so much. Like, I was just so stressed out and depressed and just feeling so bad. When I tell y'all, this virus is the absolute worst I've ever felt in my entire life from being sick. Usually when I'm sick, I'm down just for one day and I can just go back to work the next day and feel okay. I literally felt bad for the entire 14 days. The entire 14 days. And even now, sitting here talking to y'all, I have to kind of take like little breaths in between, or even when I'm just doing simple things around the house, I have to take little breaths in between, because I do feel a lot better. However, I don't feel like I'm 100% recovered. I feel like I'm in the 90s recovered, but I don't feel like 100% myself. So my mom and my sister ended up actually coming home, thank God. I was really happy, and that lifted a lot of weight off my shoulders. But I was still feeling bad. My sister just recently said, you wanted us to come home so bad, but you barely was talking to us when we got home. And I was just like, I was still really feeling bad. Like, y'all have been in the hospital getting some type of treatment for the virus, but I was dealing with this on my own. I had to self-medicate. And I remember taking elderberry vitamins. I only took it one time though, because my mom, when I gave it to my mom, she said that it started making her heart beat fast, and that's actually the day that she went to the hospital. So that scared me, so I stopped taking the elderberry vitamins. I was drinking a lot of orange juice. I drank a lot of water. I couldn't keep my food down. I didn't have an appetite. I lost my taste. I lost my sense of smell. I could smell stuff when you got close up on it, but I couldn't smell things from far away. Water tasted so disgusting to me, y'all. Like, mind you, I love water. and water tastes so disgusting to me during that time that I was sick. I've gotten my taste back. However, like with sweets, like with chips or anything, it's hard for me to, like, I could finish like a bag of chips, okay, but I can't finish a bag of chips now because I feel like I can't really taste them. They taste harder to me. My teeth felt funny. But I can taste food. I can taste other foods, some foods. Like with chicken, I can't really taste chicken. Like, oh my God. Everything tastes a little bit weird to me following this thing. Everything tastes a little bit weird. It don't really taste the same anymore. Some things do taste the same, but a lot of stuff don't really taste the same, and that irritates me too because I like to be able to taste my food. So my mom and my sister, they got home and they were still having like breathing problems as well, but they're a lot better now. All of us are. My brother began to feel ill as well. My sister that I was telling you all about that was kind of helping us around, she said that she felt ill like in March. So I feel like maybe she recovered and just had the antibodies or something. But the fact that I feel like I brought it home to my family, it broke my heart. Because my mom said everybody tested negative at her job. My sister said nobody had it at her job. So it's just like I'm the only one that got a phone call that I was around somebody that tested positive. So it's like I'm the one that brought it home. And to issue a disclaimer, I have gotten tested for corona, but I haven't got my results back. But like I told you all already, my sister and my mom did test positive, so you can pretty much put two and two together. All of us had the same symptoms, so I had it too. It was scary for all of us to be going through that. Like I said, I'm just so thankful to have recovered from that, for my family to have recovered from that, because I just know what's going on in these other states and it's terrible. And I'm just like, I want y'all to know that it affects us the most, us people of color, us young people. I remember when this thing first came out, it was like, it don't affect black people, it don't affect young people. I'm here to tell you that at 25 and black, it affects young people. And I've been on Instagram, and I kid you all not, it's been so many young people saying that they've had this coronavirus, and it's scary, man. It's scary. I'm so happy that people are recovering from it, but it's scary to have it because it takes you out literally for 2 weeks, sometimes people even longer. So wash y'all hands, man. Make sure you wear your mask. Put your mask over your nose. You really need to have some over your eyes too, because they saying people contracting it through their eyes. And just make sure you're taking proper precautions so you don't bring this home to your family, because some people are not lucky enough to not have symptoms or to have symptoms and recover. So just make sure you're taking extra precautions so that you don't contract this. I honestly feel like probably majority of everybody is going to eventually get it, honestly. And I didn't want to believe that. I felt like I was superwoman. I felt like my family was superhuman too, and they couldn't get it, but we got it. And it was no joke. So I just hope you all were able to enjoy this video and get some insight coming from a younger black female, because I went on YouTube trying to find videos and they were mostly like white people and older people. So I definitely wanted to give a perspective from a younger African Americans a point of view. But make sure y'all take care of yourselves, take care of your families, stay safe. I love you all so much. I'm going to have more content coming out. I'm going to try to get out more videos for you all. Make sure you like this video. You all can leave a comment down below if you have any questions. You can feel free to DM me on Instagram if you want to go into more detail. If you don't want to talk about it like in the comment section, you rather have privacy, definitely DM me on Instagram at Quoia_Renae. You can follow your girl and we can talk in my DMs, and it'll stay just strictly between us, I promise. And subscribe to my channel. Y'all gotta subscribe and watch another video, because I have some bomb content. Like during this time I was sick, I was looking at my stuff, I was like, man, y'all sleeping on the kid, like for real. Y'all need to go watch some videos and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time.